Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, of course, depending on the time that you're tuning in to our show. I am your host, Christine Gary. Remember, you can join the conversation on our social media at Walk With Us. Now, today we have a very interesting story, rather emotional. A 25-year-old girl who got pregnant at 24. She was a single mom because she lost her partner. Join us as we have a conversation with her, and you can learn a thing or two from that. So, hi.
Hi.
Try and introduce yourself. Like, what's your name? What do you do? How old are you?
Okay, my name is Laureen Kabibi Mwadhi.
Yeah.
I'm 25 years old. I'm a mother. I'm an architect. And I work at the Ministry of Lands. What else?
I think that's enough for now.
Okay.
So you are a single mother.
Yeah.
So you were a mother at 24.
Yeah, I was a mother
At
24.
24.
Yeah.
So how was it? Was it from a relationship?
Yes, it was from a relationship. We had dated for about 8 years. So this came as a surprise to
The
me,
both of you.
to me actually, because sadly he departed from us. So he didn't have the time to know
You were
I was
pregnant.
expectant that time. So it has been my journey alone. It was challenging at first, since I didn't know how I'm going to break the news to my parents. I had just graduated from uni that time, got a job, now I'm pregnant, and to many parents, especially mine, from where I come from, I come from a very strong Christian family, so they didn't expect something like that at that time. And now talking to my sister, then she's like, I'm going to tell mom I'm pregnant, and like, this is my journey, I'm supposed to tell her myself, it's supposed to be me.
Yeah.
So I tell my mom I'm pregnant, then she tells my dad I'm pregnant. So I was like, this is the end of everything. I had just joined campus again.
Yeah.
And it's just a big disappointment at that time.
Yeah.
My parents were supportive. I can say that. They were supportive, very supportive. And though at times my mom usually speaks like, if I had other options, I could have taken them at that time. But for me, a child is a blessing. It doesn't matter the circumstance you're in.
Yeah,
At that
that's
time.
true.
So we decided as a family we were going to keep her.
Oh, you decided as a family to keep the baby?
Yeah, it wasn't my decision that I'm going to keep her alone. We had to sit down and talk as a family. We are going to keep her, we are going to raise her. Though it was challenging, because I had to stop going to work and I had to stop going to school too. But I think it was in my luck that time the pandemic had started, because I had some friends in school who used to tell me that if you get pregnant when you're in school, they actually, what is it called? Justification, or what is it called? You actually stop going to school permanently.
Yeah, permanently. Because people believe that when you take that break, you never want to go back again.
Yeah. But for me, I had to do it online.
Yeah.
Because when I start something, I have to finish it.
That's true.
Yeah. That's according to me. So it has been a really tough journey. Staying at home for all those months. I found out I was pregnant when I was about, when I actually confirmed I was pregnant. I used to think it was a joke, I'm just missing my menses, and I was about 6 months
pregnant.
Yeah.
Was your body not showing?
It wasn't showing.
Are you serious? Like not even like a small bump?
Nothing.
Are you serious?
I started seeing my bump when I was 8 months. That's when it popped.
At 8 months?
Yeah.
Oh wow. And how smooth was it? Because in as much as you were not aware that you were pregnant, was your body showing you a lot of symptoms? Ama it was just smooth, you're just missing your periods now and then?
I was eating too much, something I never do. So it was something I figured. If I'm missing my menses, then definitely I'm pregnant. It's either I'm pregnant or they're irregular.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 months after I had my surgery.
A surgery for
hemorrhoids, piles. So I went back for checkup and they wanted to do ultrasounds. And then there's a kid.
So you were not even going to hospital to test for pregnancy when you found out that you were pregnant?
True. Then I'm seeing the technician is telling me, do you want to see what's here? And I'm like, yeah, I want to see what's there. Then I'm seeing 2 legs and 2 hands.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was like that. Then he's telling me, you're pregnant, you're 24 weeks gone.
What?
Yeah.
And allow me to take you back a little bit. You said that your partner departed. What happened?
Okay. We had an argument, like normal couples do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I threw him out. I remember so well. I threw him out, so he went back to his place. And he was the type of guy who used to smoke a lot.
Smoke cigarettes?
Yeah. Daddy, to be specific. He used to smoke a lot, and this time, let me just say, maybe it was fate. Or he actually forgot to turn off the gas. So when he lit the cigarette on, and everything just
It's okay, take your time.
The house caught fire, like the cylinder blew up, and I think he was going to make it though. He was helped out of his house and taken to hospital. He stayed in the hospital for a day, and the next day he passed on.
Were you able to see him, talk to him at that time that he was at a hospital?
No, I wasn't able to see him then. I saw him in the casket the day of his wake. It hasn't been that easy. But he was a nice guy.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, he was.
Do you sometimes regret that you guys' last conversation was a fight?
I've always regretted it. Sometimes I think maybe if we did not argue, he wouldn't have passed on.
He wouldn't have left to go to his house.
He wouldn't have. So most of the time I usually just pray he's in a better place. We never know where they go.
Yeah, we never know where they go, but I hope you don't blame yourself. Because
I used to blame myself a lot.
And then
I had some counseling done. If something was just meant to be, it was just meant to be.
That's true.
I can't change that.
That's true, because whether or not he stayed in your house at that day, maybe the same would have happened either way if he went back to his house the following day.
True.
Oh wow. I can't imagine what you've been through.
Let's just say it's grace.
The grace of
kept
God.
me. Yeah.
And okay, you said you dated for how many years?
For 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
After he passed on, did you try to reach out to his family, probably for support or for them to at least meet the baby?
Yes, I did try, but they were not interested.
What do you mean they were not interested?
Sadly, they were not interested.
What did they say exactly?
They said they can't raise a child, they're not sure it's theirs.
But you have a DNA option.
That was what they said.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How was that for you? And how did that make you feel? And how did your parents and your family react when you went to them and said that now I'm pregnant, I went to these guys to at least try and get, because at the end of the day I know you are not trying to give them your child. You
True.
just wanted them to be in the life of the child.
True.
So that she can know or he can know that you had a father and this is his side of the family, that's your grandmother, that's your grandfather, that's your uncle. I know that is generally what you're after. How did that, like, how was that conversation now with your parents, that you went to see his family and that is what they said?
I talked to my parents the same day, and they were like, if they don't want this child, we will raise the child. It's not that we are not capable of raising a child.
Yeah.
But they will never see her. Okay, according to my dad, that's what he said. They will never see her.
Yeah.
They will just know there's a child, but seeing her, it will never happen. He will make sure they will never see her.
Because I wish they made a remark like, we've seen them together. The least we can do is probably take a DNA test, because I think we live in a place where a lot of girls can fake pregnancies for people.
True.
But if at least they say that we're going to take a DNA test, then that would have been better than just saying it's your way to.
True. But I talked to the brother. He had an elder brother. He reached out about 4 months ago. He's like, I want to see the child because I know he looks exactly like Lee, so she's definitely ours. I just want to have her to have a father figure. That's what he said, but I don't know how to tell my parents that there is someone who wants to be a father to the child.
Because I think, what from the little I've gathered is you went to see the parents.
Yeah.
And you see in our African structure, when you're talking to your parents, your sister cannot even talk or your brother cannot talk and say ati mimi nitasimama nikuwe na provide huyu mtoto ama nifanye hii na hii. So probably maybe he was in a fix na hangeweza kujitoa.
True.
So maybe now is the time that, because it's okay in life to give people second chances, as long as si ati anataka mtoto akae naye, the child has a mother that has been with the baby throughout. So I think that would be nice, as long as he's not planning on taking the baby.
I don't trust him that much.
You don't trust him that much? But do you think it would be possible for him to meet the baby when your parents are around?
Yeah, he can meet.
Of course, with restrictions, because at the end of the day, this is someone that said that's not their child. Anything can happen.
True, they can actually steal her.
They can steal her, kidnap her,
True.
poison her. There's a lot of things that people are doing in the world today that you're not,
Yeah, true. Yeah.
How was your social life after finding out you're pregnant and now losing your partner?
I lost friends. Many friends.
Many friends.
Yeah. The people we used to hang out with, they just went mute of me. It's like I became an outcast from the group which I used to belong.
Yeah.
I stopped having many phone calls. People were rarely checking up on me.
Yeah.
Most relationships didn't work at that time. I tried.
You have tried to have a relationship after that? Why didn't they work out?
I have a child, it just doesn't work.
Oh, so when you said you have a child, then the relationship was not okay?
Yes, things just happen and I can't do this. You have a child, I can't take a responsibility for someone else's child. So I stopped for a while. Stopped dating. But is this right now I'm dating.
You're dating?
Yeah.
How long so far?
We're 2 months in.
2 months in. Has he met the baby?
Not yet. I'm not ready.
But I know. But he knows there's a baby in the picture.
He knows.
And what has he said that is different? Because words are just words and people are just people. Maybe alikuja akasema hii na hii. How are you sure that he's going to meet his end, or what makes him stand out that because he said this and this, I feel like I want to see where that goes?
He's still on probation. Honestly.
He's still on probation.
Yeah. But he's acting right.
He's acting right.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you all the best with that, and I hope it goes somewhere, because everyone needs someone.
Yeah, thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
So you said your child is how old now?
She's 11 months.
11 months.
Yeah.
So I think by now you've not even had the conversation of what happened to the dad, of course.
Yeah.
But but of course you'll get older. How are you planning to break this whole conversation to her?
I'm not sure how I'm going to tell her, but I know I will.
I know you will.
Yeah. But it's going to be hard to tell her something like that.
Because it will be like reliving the memories.
Yeah, true.
Does she look like her father?
She's a photocopy of her dad.
Oh wow, that's a miracle.
Even the skin color.
Even the skin color, she doesn't look like you at all.
She only has my eyes. That's what
Only.
I can say. Yeah.
So how is it like having a baby that reminds you of a beautiful thing that I would say ended up very badly, so to say?
It's tragic, actually.
For sure.
Okay, so most of the time I see her, it reminds me of a lot, but she's the most adorable child I've ever seen or met. She's always smiling. She just gives me energy to move on and do things which I never thought I'd do. She's my drive, I can actually say that. And if she continues like that, I think we are going to be best of friends when she grows up. Generally, she's the best thing I've ever made. That's what I can say.
And what would you say motherhood has done for you? How has it changed you? Like the transition from me, I'm a girl, to a mother. How has that been?
I've grown up. Let me say, honestly, I've grown up. I used to be more of a party girl and stuff, but right now I think I'm reserved. I'm more responsible. Because at the end of the day, if I'm not responsible, my mom will actually tell me, like today in the morning, she was like, uende na make sure umerudi hapa mapema. Hakuna mtu wa kukulelea mtoto.
It's true.
So she's keeping me on my toes.
Yeah.
So I know I have to do things right this time around.
Yeah. Now that you have a second chance, you have the right to do everything right.
Yeah.
By your daughter now.
Yeah.
You said that, just to take you back, you lost him when you were pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm guessing at some point, were you stressed about it? Did you seek help?
I think I was depressed because I couldn't talk to people at that time. I just wanted my time alone.
Yeah.
Because I thought people wouldn't understand what I'm going through, which is true. They wouldn't understand. And I sought help. I used to speak to someone. At that time we were friends. Right now we are no longer friends. But it really helped me. Opening up really helped me.
I honestly feel so bad that someone so young has to go through something so tragic. Because I think if tables were turned and, like you said, he was a nice guy, maybe he would have taken responsibility, and now it would be a child with two parents.
He definitely would.
He would?
Yeah.
But okay, tell me what you miss about him.
I miss a lot of things.
What kind of person was he?
He was a jovial guy. He loved jokes, joking around and socializing with people. He was the life of the party. I can actually say that.
Yeah.
And he was humble. He just had a way with getting to know people, helping people. He had a charitable heart. That's something I used to like about him.
Yeah.
What else?
What was your relationship like with him?
It was actually like a marriage. I can say that. We used to have our highs, we used to have our lows.
Yeah.
He was ever there. I cannot complain about that. He was my to-go guy. He supported everything I used to do. He used to scold me at times.
Yeah.
But maybe that was just his way of loving.
Yeah. Tough love, huh?
Yeah.
I think this has been one of the most emotional episodes I think we will have. It can't be, because with me I believe that was the love of your life at 8 years. If you guys would have gone beyond that or before, sometimes you're told sometimes some people don't marry the love of their lives. They just marry the next person that loves them.
True.
Right? Ooh, I can't imagine what you've been through. But what would you tell any other single mom that is going through or has been through the same thing you've been through, that you lost your partner before he could even meet your child, and then the baby is here now, and then he or she looks exactly like your partner? What would you advise them to do?
They should never resent the child, actually, because you have a lot of bitterness at that time. That when you're giving birth to this child and you're disappointed, she doesn't even look like
you. Like isitoshe hayuko sasa, kuna mtu hapa ananikumbusha that I had this person at some point.
Yeah. Learn to love your child, because at the end of the day, you're all that she has at that time. Maybe later in life she will meet other people, but at that time you're the only one that she has.
Yeah.
Love her, protect her, be there for her. And what I usually tell my child, okay, she's young, but I usually
you still talk to her. Kids actually listen, yeah?
I usually tell her that it doesn't matter what happens in life, we are going to make it either way. We don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Our only choice is to be together and be each other's company and be each other's peace.
Yeah.
We only have us for now. That's what I usually tell her.
And as we wind up, what would be your message to probably your mom, your dad, your sister for standing with you? Because it's not everyone that you tell, now me I'm pregnant, isitoshe, this person that I'm having a baby with died, isitoshe, their family hataki story zako. Like what would you tell your family?
I tell them one by one.
It can be overall. And please look at the camera when you're doing it.
Okay. To my dad, he's my world. He has supported me. Oh, okay. You have supported me throughout, through thick and thin. Even when I'm messing up, like all the time, you've been there. You've supported my dreams. You've taken care of my child as if she's your own. And mom, you're my heartbeat. I don't know what I would have done without you at that time. To Kadzo and Eliud, I wouldn't have asked for better siblings. You have been my support this whole time, and I would have done a lot for you guys, but the love you guys have for my daughter, I don't know how to repay you, but I thank God that you're in my life. That's all I can say.
That is a very beautiful message. And just to encourage you, Laureen, it's not the end of the world.
True.
And God has a purpose for everything. Sometimes you think that losing one parent is everything, but one day you're going to notice that your baby had the greatest support system.
True.
She has your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother, and some of your friends, I think. And that is very, very important. That sometimes it's okay for a child not to be brought up by their rightful parent. That God gives us someone. Like God will take away something and give you something. You know, and He will take away someone and give you someone else. Okay, so do not ever give up. Do not ever feel like you're missing anything. Life has to go on.
Yeah, we move regardless.
We move regardless. We move. Guys, that has been Walk With Us with Laureen. Of course, a very beautiful story. Be sure to tune in and keep looking at our videos, and there's a lot more in store for you. Thank you for joining us.